Thank you everyone for joining to our REIT webinar. Here we will be discussing about Karachi hotel markets insight and outlook. We'll have a Q&A session at the end and we would appreciate if you can send your questions to us to be answered. I'm Musab Iqbal, Vice President REITs at JS Investments, and we'll just go ahead and introduce our department to you all. Welcome to JS Investments REIT webinar. Here at JSIL, our ethos are deeply rooted in leveraging the transformative power of data to unlock the true potential of real estate. We are committed to future-proofing our real estate investing by integrating advanced data analytics, thereby ensuring that our operations navigate and also anticipate the evolving dynamics of the market. This strategic foresight allows us to chart a course towards real estate success with unparalleled precision, ultimately enhancing investor value over the long term. Our approach is designed to not only redefine the landscape of real estate investment, but to do so in a manner that is both forward-thinking and effective, securing a sustainable and profitable future for our investors. This webinar covers the tip of the iceberg of the information we have available. In order to make this webinar interesting and easier to understand, we had to limit ourselves. However, if some of you are in the development sector or looking to start a project in Karachi within the hospitality industry, you can always get in touch with us at the email, which is coming on the screen, for more in-depth research and analysis. Today, our topic of discussion is Karachi hotel industry and outlook. But before we deep dive into our topic, I would like my audience to get familiar with some terms. One of them is ADR, which is called average daily rate, and the other is RevPAR, called a revenue per available room. These are the terms that are very familiar within the hospitality sector globally. So what is ADR? ADR provides insight into hotels' pricing strategy for its rooms and how much guests are willing to pay on average per night. It is a measure of the average rate paid for rooms sold. Now, revenue per available rooms is used to assess hotels' overall financial performance from its rooms. It reflects the effectiveness of the hotel's ability to fill its room at average rate, balancing between occupancy and room rates. Now, this takes us to understand a little bit of Pakistan hotel market insight. As per United Nations World Tourist Organization, Pakistan is recognized as a top tourist destination in 2023, where it generated $1.3 billion from tourism, and Pakistan tourism have recovered 92% to pre-pandemic levels as per UNWTO. Islamabad airport recorded the highest amount of passengers equaling to 6 million, which makes us come down to understand a little bit about Karachi 3 to 5-star hotel market key trends. Despite economic headwinds of 2022 and 2023, hoteliers in Karachi have maintained a robust level of activity, observing a rebound in both occupancy and average daily room rates to historical levels. Some key trends: we see pent-up demand, significant increase in revenue per available room year-on-year basis, and average daily rate pegged by inflation. A little bit of introduction of what Karachi hotel market have in inventory. So Karachi boasts an estimated supply of approximately 1,412 rooms, 33 food and beverages, and 105 meeting, incentive, conference, and exhibition halls in 3 to 5 star. In Karachi's hotel industry, the primary contributor, as we can see from these pie charts, are 5-star hotels. They are mainly concentrated in several lines. Among them, Movenpick emerges as the dominant player, boasting a total of 407 rooms. Additionally, in the realm of MICE services, as I told you about it before, Beach Luxury takes the lead, commanding a significant amount of share of approximately 13 units. Hotel industry in Karachi has not experienced an emergence of a newer or globally standard hotel. However, with the recent sale of Regent Plaza Hotel to SIUT may diminish the overall supply of rooms, F&B service, and MICE services, which will be distributed among the major players in the city. Now we will proceed to the demand side. So demand within the hotel industry is intricately measured by ADRs, occupancy rates, and revenue per available rooms. Seasonal variations have notable impact on these metrics. For instance, observance like Ramadan, Muharram typically correspond with a downturn in occupancy ADR RevPAR. Conversely, festive period often trigger an upward swing in these indicators, reflecting a cyclical nature of hotel demand and the essential role of strategic timing in revenue optimization. In the context of economic adversity, JSI's REIT research reveals a robust rebound in Karachi's hotel sector, with ADR reaching historical levels and maintaining a rapid year-over-year growth trajectory. Despite the challenges of 2023 of currency devaluation, rampant inflation leading to higher operational costs, the sector's resilience shines through thanks to increased amount of traveling in 2023, mainly from reopening of mainland China borders in January 2023 from COVID closures, along with sectors like international NGOs and pharmaceutical industry and sporting events, high-profile sporting events like PSL. So now I would like to get into a little bit more detail of the growth driver that I've just discussed. Number one, the reopening of China's international border in 2023 significantly impacted the hospitality industry, particularly in Karachi, due to the city being a pivotal transit point for travelers heading towards Gwadar. Furthermore, a lot of occupancy has been observed to be increased from sectors like NGOs and pharmaceutical companies. The city's hospitality sector also saw a boost from high profile events such as Pakistan Super League, which enhanced Karachi's attractiveness as a destination. This sport event not only spotlighted the city on an international platform, but also significantly contributed to the local economy by increasing hotel occupancy rates and stimulating the broader service industry. Again, these factors combined showcase the ability to attract high-end clientele and Karachi's rising importance as a key destination for both business and leisure. Over the last 6 years, the ADRs have climbed a notable 15%, while RevPAR have charted an even more striking 18% increase. The period from 2022 to 2023 in particular stands out, with ADRs soaring 32% and RevPAR by an extraordinary 59% increase, definitely eclipsing the broader economic challenges. The average occupancy in Karachi for 3 to 5 star hotel in 2023 reached 70%, while ADRs have reached approximately 21,000. Now, this makes us come to our next slide, which is our last slide. So, 2023, a period of economic turbulence marked by inflation, currency devaluation, and political instability. Karachi hotel sector has been observed to demonstrate a commendable degree of optimism. I mean, during these challenging times, ADRs have signaled a positive demand along with RevPAR in conjunction with steady occupancy suggest that an underlying strength and potential for continued growth. However, with political instability looming, we may observe modest growth in ADRs and RevPAR, while we also predict that there will be a sustained balance in occupancy, which potentially be reinforced by a reduced room supply due to the expected transaction of Regent Plaza Hotel. Thank you everyone for joining us in this webinar. We hope you had some insightful information. Now we'll get into the Q&A session where we will be answering your questions. We'll take a few minutes and then we'll get back to answering. Thank you. So let's see, what questions do we have? So how did you access the hotel market? By the anonymous attendee. Okay, so how did you access the hotel market? We have a research team that basically does a lot of work, a lot of groundwork. We have some protocols that we follow to acquire the data and making sure that the data acquired is of the highest quality. We have some checks that we go through before actually accepting that data to our data management systems. And that is only to give our clients the truest picture of the current market. Okay, so let's go for another question. Can you please explain the benefit by going into REIT? Well, REIT has a lot of benefits. One is the nature of the REIT to provide tax shields. So I mean, based on the SECP regulation of 2022, disbursement of more than 90% of income to in the form of dividends basically gives you about 0% tax rate at the entity level. Then we'll go to another question now. New trends like Airbnb can impact hospitality sector of Karachi. If you see Karachi, one of the things that matters, and I mean, most of the 3 to 5 star hotels have is the adequate amount of security. Not even adequate, it's quite extensive as well. So those are the areas that are still not covered with the current offering of the Airbnbs, and I think that is one of the important factors looked by occupants of hotel basically come and live into any space. So I think, in my opinion, we don't think for Airbnb may impact hospitality or hotel market of Karachi. Do you feel the hotel market of Pakistan is unorganized? Well, if we talk about the tier one cities like Karachi, Lahore, and Islamabad, they're fairly organized. They have they manage fairly well. In our opinion, I think the tier one cities are doing very well when it comes to hotels and the hospitality market. And let's do another question. There's one question, interesting question. So, why are there no new notable hotels being constructed in Karachi, given that the market is attractive and that might lead to a healthier competition? So, you see, building a hotel again, it's a very capital intensive work. It requires a lot of funds. So, considering the uncertainty of the market, I mean, finding funds is difficult. But however, REIT is again one of the areas. It's basically another structure where funds can be found, and we do provide that service. JS Investments is a licensed REIT management company. We'll take one last question. We are in the process of planning a project in hotel development. How can we get a more detailed market research? Okay, so it's a very simple method. If you would like, you can just send out an email to me, which is musab.iqbal@jsi.com. You can send a proposal. We'll sense check your proposal and we can have some initial meetings to discuss further about your project. And we'll come down to a consent if you would like to go ahead and develop project based on what the market is offering based on the data. So I think that's probably it. I would like to thank once again the audience for joining me on this webinar. I hope you all had an insightful session. In case if you want more details, you can again send me an email on musab.iqbal@jsil.com for any further information you require regarding real estate. And I would look forward to respond to them accordingly. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.